Hello, 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 and welcome to Courageously Kind. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Liz. We're twin sisters and best friends.
Together, we share stories of especially kind humans doing especially kind things in hopes that these conversations motivate and inspire you to be kinder to yourself and others. When we're not speaking with an incredible guest, we'll speak directly from our hearts about what it means to us to be courageously kind. So, this week, we're interrupting our mini-series, Spirituality Sundays, for a very important reason.
Yes, today we're talking all about Earth Day. And you may be thinking, girls, you're a little late for Earth Day. But we feel that Earth Day is so important, and our planet and being kind to our planet is so important that we should talk about it any day.
Absolutely. So, Earth Day was this past Thursday. Earth Day is always April 22nd. Yeah, so it's celebrated every year on April 22nd. And it was started in 1970 to celebrate the Earth and to promote environmental education. It was actually founded by like a peace activist, and it was supposed to be like an international day of celebrating the Earth and also peace on Earth, which I think is really cool. Yeah, thought that was interesting.
It's very interesting because you would think it would be, founded by environmentalists.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the planet is really one of our only common denominators.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest common denominator between everybody. We're all living on this planet.
Right. We want to talk about this after Earth Day because, we see all of, the Instagram posts of, beautiful trips and, beautiful nature on Earth Day. But after Earth Day, we really don't see the same appreciation.
Nobody really talks about it. So our intent today is to sort of keep the ball rolling, keep this conversation of environmentalism and how we can better take care of our planet, even after Earth Day. So just keeping the ball rolling.
Right. It's that cheesy saying, every day should be Earth Day.
But it's true.
It's true.
Any day can be a perfect opportunity to celebrate the Earth and show gratitude to it. I know this past year, it's kind of a funny thing, but everyone was like getting outside when they could. Everyone was going for walks. Everyone was trying to escape outside. And I think we really saw the huge mental health benefits that the great outdoors has.
Absolutely. Just getting outside, getting some fresh air, moving your body.
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about Earth Day this week. We had a beautiful week this week, and I got to go outside and go for walks, and I've just been thinking about, how much has the Earth given us? The least we could do is try and take care of it.
Yeah.
When you think about it, the Earth has given us everything. Essentially. Yeah. All our resources, all of our food, everything. So, yeah, the least we can do is learn how to take care of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love the outdoors. I really do. Anytime I need to go clear my head or just move my body, I think this year, for sure, being at home, doing homeschool, whatever, I've learned the importance of getting up and moving, the energy it gives you, just how good it is for your body. It's really wonderful.
I just feel so connected to it.
It's very grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I just go and I walk outside barefoot and just really ground, center myself. It's great. And the physical and mental health benefits of being outside are just immeasurable.
Yeah.
They're awesome. So how can we take better care of our planet? So we talked about, the least we can do is learn how to take care of our planet. What can we actually do? We always hear about big corporations or what governments and countries can do, and that's great, and we should definitely be encouraging our representatives to care about environmental issues and take action on environmental issues. But what are some things that we as individuals can do this very second, right here, right now, to take care of our Earth?
Well, I think it's very important to remind ourselves that no act is too small.
Oh, I love that.
Sometimes, I sit there and I want to be as, eco-friendly and sustainable as I can be. But sometimes, you're sitting there and you're looking at that plastic water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Or you wasted water when you were washing your face. And it's easy to kind of not think about it altogether, because it's like I can't do everything.
It can be discouraging.
It can.
Because the way our world operates, is not entirely eco-friendly, just in terms of like plastic waste and things like that. And it's important to remember that, living waste-free and living really sustainably isn't accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
So whatever we can do, whatever little things we can do to be more environmentally friendly and sustainable, that's great,
Right.
But just remembering that it's not accessible, and it can be expensive. It can be just simply not available to groups of people. So it's important to keep that in mind when we talk about environmentalism and sustainability.
Yeah. And know that no act is too small.
Right.
If you just have a reusable water bottle.
Yeah.
That's,
That's great.
Yeah.
If you, bring silverware to work with you instead of, plastic or whatever.
Yeah.
That's huge too. Like you said, no act is too small, and simply just being conscious of these simple switches we can do is the first step, and it's a really big and important step into being environmentally conscious and being environmentally friendly. So no act is too small, and being aware of it is the first step.
Yeah. And I'm sure we've all heard reduce, reuse, recycle, but I think we focus too much on the recycle and not the reduce, reuse.
Absolutely. How often, I heard about this somewhere. Like, it's becoming a trend now when something like breaks to just throw it away and get a new one. Instead of taking it, learning how to fix it or getting it repaired. It could be a very easy, simple little repair job, but we've gotten accustomed to just throwing things away when they break instead of trying to repair them.
Yeah.
So that can be a great way to reuse things, it's just repairing things that are broken. Or, get creative with it.
Yeah.
Repurpose things. There's plenty of like really useful things that you can do with like old objects you have around the house, but there's also a lot of creative things you could do with them too. Turn it into artwork.
Honestly, when in doubt,
make an art installation.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Yeah. It's so easy now. Reusable bags when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah. I keep a bunch in my car, and sometimes I forget them, and I leave the store with
right,
feeling like I've just gathered like a squirrel,
right,
with all its nuts.
And you feel the need to explain to everybody, I left my bags in the car.
Everybody can tell that you left your bags in the car because you're leaving the grocery store with your arms full of things. But yeah, that's a really easy, simple switch. And in New York, we've actually banned plastic bags, which is pretty cool. And I do end up leaving my bags in the car all the time. But it's a good start.
It's a great start.
Yeah. So we talked about reuse, which is wonderful. Let's talk about reduce. I really like this one because, if you realize how much garbage we produce, like per week, let's say, it's kind of scary how much plastic we whip through in a week.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I was reading somewhere about, how often do I say that? I was reading somewhere.
It sounds so scholarly.
It sounds so scholarly, but I never remember where I read it, so I don't have my sources. But I was reading somewhere about how much food waste ends up in landfills. And this is a nice little segue into one of our little environmental tips for you today about composting. Yeah. We just kind of sort of started getting into composting. I don't know why we didn't do it earlier. But if you don't know what composting is, it's basically you take certain food scraps that can't really be eaten. Like we have chickens, and sometimes you have like leftover fruits and vegetables and bread and things like that that the chickens can eat. But these are all the things that like animals can't eat. So it's things like eggshells, banana peels, orange peels, apple cores, things like that, that are organic, that are, food, that are plants or fruits or vegetables, whatever, but can't be eaten anymore. A great thing to do with those is throw them in a compost pile. What happens is those food items break down, and you end up with this really like nutrient-rich soil mixture.
Yeah,
that's
great
really
for
great.
a garden.
Yeah, or just potted plants. Love it too.
Honestly, yeah.
And that's just a really simple thing to do to reduce your food waste in landfills. Because if you think about it, these are all organic materials that could be broken down and go back into the earth. But if they're in a landfill, sitting on top of a pile of plastic,
right,
they're not going to go into the earth, and we're losing those nutrients, and we're adding to stuff in the landfill. So it's a really, really easy switch you can make. If you don't have a compost pile at your house, there might be a local community garden or, gardening center that might collect compost. And here's a tip that I saw on the internet. If you don't have a compost pile right at your house, you can freeze your compost so it doesn't smell. Because compost can get kind of smelly.
Yeah.
It's rotting food. So this girl, I think she lived in a city, and she had like a composting center, but it wasn't close to her house. So she put her compost in a bag, froze it, and then took it so it didn't rot.
Yeah. And if you're not in a position to compost, that's okay. Not everybody is.
Yeah.
But, you can be more mindful of your portions, maybe you waste food. There's always way to help a little bit.
Yeah, if you make extra food, take some for lunch, give it to a neighbor.
There you
go.
Yeah.
So we're not throwing away that food. A really great switch. So lots of different ways. And you know what? I've seen, like, on the internet now, there are such wonderful resources for how to be less wasteful, how to be more mindful of the waste we're producing and things like that, how to be more environmentally conscious. And like you said, like, no act is too small. And it can feel discouraging when, I know I like look in my bathroom and like I have so many plastic bottles in there.
Right.
But simple switches, gradual switches, you're not going to go like zero waste overnight.
Right, of course.
It's not accessible.
Yeah.
But little switches throughout your day and just cultivating this environmental consciousness is so important.
Because we have to be kind to the planet.
Absolutely. It's the only one we've got, and it takes such good care of us. It's kind of mean to not care about it, Yeah. So, we hope you had a wonderful Earth Day. If you forgot to celebrate, I know Earth Day can fall in the middle of the week and whatever, but you can celebrate Earth Day any day.
Yeah.
We're going to share some resources on our Instagram for how to be more environmentally conscious, things like that, some of our favorite Instagram accounts, etc. Let's make everyday Earth Day. Let's all try and be a little bit kinder to ourselves and to our planet, especially. And, get outside if you can.
We'd like to give a huge thank you to Anawalt's Landscape Contracting for their support of Courageously Kind.
Anawalt's is a family-owned landscape contracting company in Berks County that has served Pennsylvania for over 35 years.
If you're ready to get your landscaping project started, visit anawaltlandscape.com or call 610-916-7070.
Anna Waltz Landscape Contracting, beautifying Pennsylvania 1 yard at a time.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like this episode, feel free to share it with your friends, your family, or anyone you think might like it too.
And if you want to support the show, leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really does help. Or check out our merch store at courageouslykind.org. Take good care, and we'll see you back here real soon.